Vale, perfecto. Pues... No tengo nada para craftear. Si no me saldría. O tal vez, bueno, claro, nuevo, no, pero sí que había un arma que no era nueva y necesitaba materiales. Voy a ver si la puedo craftear. Hola, ¿qué tal? A ver.
Wat zijn voor je día?
No. Vale, flor de molbol, taparrabos mugriento. Esto de aquí no sé cómo se consigue aún. Y los upgrades, a ver. Aquí nada.
And?
Pues aún no. Aún no se puede. Bueno. Pues ahora sí que sí, 100% a seguir con la historia, porque ya no tengo nada más. Bueno, a no ser... Espera, voy a hablar con un NPC que me dice si tengo quests activas. O pendientes, vaya. Lo que sí que tengo pendientes son los monolitos, ¿eh? Los cronolitos, crono o algo. Eso sí que me van a costar mucho, ¿eh? Porque si solo puedo usar uno, solo puedo usar un icon, me
How you
cuesta.
doing? Here you go.
Vale, solo tengo la main y ya está.
Seen enough?
Pero voy a mirar el de Rosaría. Bueno, ya que estoy, les ayudo, pero que aquí también hay un cronolito de estos.
This man's gonna die if we don't get him to a healer.
Están todos hechos polvo.
Martha. It's good to see you.
And you, Clive. Jill?
Otto said you'd been attacked by a Kashik. What exactly happened here?
Those skies are what happened. Not long after they fell dark, we had our first visit. There were hundreds of them. Tried to storm the hill. Only a handful made it up here, but that was more than enough. The rest are still down there now. And while we have a few willing fighters holding them back, they're sorely outnumbered.
What do you think, Clive?
That we join the fight.
I thought you'd never offer. Now, where I need you is the Fallen Gate. That's where the fighting is fiercest. Let the men know you've come to help. Something tells me they'll be pleased to see you.
We're on our way.
Vale.
Do you think there were as many as Martha says?
More.
¿Ves? Aquí hay un... Voy a por el cronolito este, ¿vale? Primero. Buah, es que todo el mundo está así. Eso es el sol, supuestamente.
Just patch me up as
Fly, Ambrosia.
Uy, tengo que ver si he aprendido... Bueno, si tengo puntos de habilidad suficientes para aprender algo.
Be safe.
Aquí será Ifrit, supongo. Aquí tiene que ser... Usted, 3600. Hombre, algo podrá aprender, ¿no? El de Bahamut. Este. Podría maxear. Hostia, que hay otro. Hasta 6000. Joder. El de Garuda también estaría interesante subirlo. De fuego, vale. Derrota varias horas de enemigos. Vale. Lo de Fénix. ¿Quién dice Fénix? Dice Ifrit también, ¿no? ¿Cuenta? ¿O cómo va eso? Vale, es de Fénix, sí. Claro. El AOE y el single target. Vale, va. Venid, venid a por mí. Me voy a guardar las skills.
Nice try. Too slow.
Y estoy curado al máximo. Ifrit se me da mejor porque es con el que he empezado. Bueno, Fénix. No es Ifrit. Vale, esto era el AOE. Y lo que no he probado, el escudo ese.
Nice try.
Es que no sé.
Nice try. Nice try.
¿En serio?
No good.
Este me está curando.
No.
Ah. Estas cosas no sé si dejarlas para el final. Porque claro, parecen como unos retos adicionales. Es que claro, como que lo tengo disponible ahora, siento la necesidad de hacerlo.
Farewell. Nice try.
No lo sé.
Stay down.
Ay. Estos son complicados, ¿eh? Y me pone nervioso lo del tiempo. Además, acumulas, conservas la vida igual. Por favor. Vale, el AOE y el escudo, es verdad. Aquí es donde me quedé. Aquí es donde me quedé. Eso estaba esquivadísimo. Otra vez igual que antes, tío. En serio. Ya, ya. Y me dispara. Es increíble. No puedo. Estoneate. Vamos a esperar. Pues tengo muy poca vida. Tengo muy poca vida. Es que me he pegado unos hostiotes. Me sube un poquito la vida, un poquito. Y ya está. Creo que tiene en cuenta mi nivel actual, ¿no? Sí, 41, vale. Tiene en cuenta mi equipo y nivel. Eso no me había dado cuenta, pensé que era genérico. El difícil sí que es el equipo genérico y vida genérica. Vale, o sea que esto me lo puedo pasar con equipo humano. Bueno, algo es algo. Vale. ¿Aquí qué me das? ¿Qué me das? Vale. Este ataque de Fénix también me cura un poquito, solo la vida que me queda ahí medio tonta. ¿Y esto? Ah, lo del escudo. Eso lo bloqueé, ¿eh? No sé yo. Como tío no escapa. Tranqui. son dos. Me queda una hostia. A la mierda. Da igual. Da igual, seguiré con la historia, va. O sea, podría hacerlo. Pero es verdad que afecta al equipo. Entonces, como que me ha salido ahora mismo, imagino que estoy un poco verde. Ay. No debería variar mucho con el equipo. Al final. Pero si afecta, pues claro. Si afecta, se van a caer. Vale, voy a ir donde me decían, ¿eh? Aquí abajo. Voy a seguir la historia a ver qué pasa. A ver qué pasa. No sé qué cenar. Y no me quiero pedir nada a domicilio porque tengo que aguantar. Soy una persona responsable que aguanta, ¿vale? Soy una persona responsable. Sí, soy una persona responsable. No tienes que pedirte ni pizza, ni hamburguesa, ni mucho menos kebab.
No use calling Ambrosia now.
No. Nada. Te acabas lo que hay en la nevera. Buen niño. Estoy hablando conmigo mismo, ya veis que no.
Clive, wounded.
Bueno, esos son los heridos.
We deal with the Akashic first.
No sé si cunde.
It's over.
No llega a eso. Bueno.
These men don't have the look of hired swords.
If you've come to rob this place,
You are mistaken, my Lord Rosfield. We're here by Madame Martha's leave.
how do you know my name?
Forgive me, my lord. There wasn't time for introductions. We're with the Guardians of the Flame.
Wade's men? But how did you come to be here? Where is your commander?
So Wade left earlier with a scouting party to find out where the Akashic were coming from.
Did he? Take your wounded back to the inn. Martha will see you're looked after. We'll join you anon.
El mundo está hecho mierda, pero no sé si es el máximo que puede estar hecho mierda.
And to think you took them for thieves. A fine reward for holding off the horde, that is.
When did Wade and his men arrive?
Not long after Rosalith fell. The Guardians asked me to shelter some of them that had lost their homes. They were making ready to leave just as the skies turned, and we agreed it was best we stuck together.
Martha! Trouble! The scouting party's almost at the lift, but they got a pack of Akashic snapping at their heels! And they got wounded with them! They're not gonna make it!
Damn it all.
We'll worry about them, Martha.
You look after everyone here. If any can still fight, send them to the lift.
I will. You two be safe now.
No sé si habéis jugado al Final 15 o al 6 incluso. Se ha congelado la imagen. Hoy es verdad. Es verdad. Vale, un segundo. Voy a comprobar. Gracias por avisar. Ahora sí. Muchas gracias por avisar, ¿eh? No me hubiese dado cuenta. Ha sido el PC. Es que como que lo streameo desde el PC, desde la capturadora. Es la primera vez que me pasa. Será porque estaba grabando a la vez. Es que estoy grabando el stream, estoy grabando el juego y streameando a la vez. Entonces, claro, se puede colapsar en cualquier momento. Es la primera vez que se colapsa. No, gracias a ti. Vengo un segundo, ¿vale? Me aprovecho. Vengo un segundo. Yo y las pausas somos un desastre, ¿eh? Oh, no. ¿Ya se le ha tragado el sofá? Sí, se me tragó el sofá. Bueno, de hecho se me paró la pantalla. Se me paró. Pero suerte que Ángel me avisó. Bueno, por la hora que es... No, aún no. Aún no ceno, ¿no? Bueno, debería cenar. Me traigo la cena aquí. Y ya está. Cogeré un poquito de ensalada. De la que me ha sobrado antes. Le pondré un poco de atún y ya está. Y eso es mi cena. Vengo en un segundo de nada, ¿vale? Hola, Keira.
My brothers. Are they?
Shh, don't try to talk.
He escuchado cómo se estaba quejando. Ya tengo la cena aquí. Oh. A ver. Si me pongo muy aquí, no se me ve. Si me pongo aquí, sí. Bueno, aquí. A ver, vamos a seguir. Dejo la cena aquí. Y la como cuando hay una escena. Si no... Ahora. Vale. Sigamos. Por cierto, antes, joder, me han respondido un montón de gente el tweet que hice. No me lo esperaba tanto. A ver. Buah, joder, es que no... Joder, si sé que... Vale. Ya está. No puede responder todos los tweets. Que se le van las vitaminas a la ensalada. Sí, claro. Como la naranja, ¿no? Oye, ¿se ha bajado el aire? No funciona. Pongo el aire más fuerte.
Mad dogs.
Squire, I need you to get those who can still walk up the lift to Martha's. But what about... I didn't ask, Oscar. Sir.
So Wade,
¿Qué le pasa?
Lord Rossfield. If you aren't a sight for sore eyes.
Martha seemed to think you might need some help. And by the looks of it...
We thought we could sneak by them. But we didn't know there would be so many. How could we have?
Behind you!
Detrás de ti, imbécil.
Damn it! We need to get the injured to
De las
safety.
tortugas.
Do you think we can hold them off?
We can certainly try. Are you with us, Sir Wade?
Always.
Then let's do our duty.
Ah, que lo iba a esquivar. A ver, bicho, ven ahí. Venga, caos. Caos y ya está. Hostia, brilla, le he dado. No creo que le vaya a dar. Hostia, sube la barra del evento. gustaría.
Is anyone hurt?
I don't think so.
And yet again, you've pulled me from the flames. It's just a pity I keep walking into them.
Ay, la cena.
You've never been one to shy away from danger, Sir Wade. Like any shield worthy of the name.
I see you're all in one piece.
Martha!
Is something wrong?
Parece que diga madre.
The lookout saw smoke coming from down Eastpool way. Too thick to be a hearth.
A second horde.
Feel like finishing the job.
Always.
Jill and I will make for East Pool. You'll need to move the injured without us.
Don't you worry about them.
The moment my men are safe, I'll follow. Good luck.
Bueno. Teniendo el teleport, me ahorro el ascensor.
Just patch me up as quick as
Pues eso, no sé si habéis jugado al
Let's
15.
go. Faster!
Tampoco quiero spoilear. Pero el mundo puede estar peor aún.
They're headed for the rest.
Buah, 6. Me encanta,
It's over.
Ay, qué susto, pensé que se me había apagado la tele.
Something's coming.
Pensé que se me había apagado la tele. Se ha puesto en negro tan rápido.
Apologies, my lord. Did I miss anything?
Only the first round, Sir Wade. Shall we?
Hostia, este es el que no se... El Ariman este es el que no se puede exponer. Así que lo voy a tirar todo. Ah, sí que se puede exponer. Te lo tiro todo igual. No se veía nada. Es que le he tirado todo. Enamorada de Clive estoy. No me uses al perrete. No, no lo uso mucho en verdad. O sea, él va solo. No estoy usando el accesorio de él que vaya solo, ¿eh? Pero él va solo. Pero sí, los combos con el perrete no... No sé. No hacen mucho daño. No, tampoco sé para qué sirve.
No. I think that was the last of them.
But it won't be long before the next lot arrive.
Then we make for Martha's while we can.
What did you find out there?
The same as Sir Wade. Scores of Akashic.
Well, wherever they came from, they're gone now. Our lookouts say the lowlands are clear. Hopefully we'll have enough time to lick our wounds.
How many of your men were injured?
A damn sight less than if you hadn't turned up. Thank you.
It was a hard-fought victory. But as long as the skies remain dark, I fear the Akashic's numbers are only going to rise. It's not a matter of if the Horde will be back, but when. And whether that's sooner or later, we'll need to be ready. The inn here affords a good view of the land, and is easily defendable. I'd like to make this one of our outposts.
What do you say, Martha? You'd have more men to guard the rest.
Well, when you put it like that, of course they can stay.
Claro. Te conviene. Creo que me falta un sitio más por defender.
My lord, there's someone I'd like you to meet.
Uy,
Oscar, over here.
Oscar. Ah, sea su hijo. Ah, vale.
It is an honor to make your acquaintance, Lord Rossfield. I am Oscar. Oscar of House Murdoch.
Murdoch. I wasn't aware the Lord Commander had children.
Hostia.
Oh, he didn't. But his brother, my father, did. I am Sir Rodney's nephew. Well, go on then. It's not for me to ask him. Yes, Sir Wade. If it please you, my Lord Marquis, might you take me as your squire? I would learn the duties of a shield from the finest.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, Oscar, but I'm a shield no longer. Nor was I ever the finest. And spending time in the company of an outlaw hardly seems a fitting education for one aspiring to take his oaths.
My Aunt Hannah once told me that a man is not defined by his title, but what he does in its name. You have accomplished much since taking on the mantle of Cid, winning no little honor in so doing. And I would sooner serve under an honorable outlaw than an unworthy shield. Not that Sir Wade and the other guardians are... I mean to say that, they're... It's all right. We know what you mean. There is only so much the boy can learn from me, my lord.
But a squire...
Would that really be so bad? You were a squire once. And I'm certain Sir Rodney would approve.
Know that I'll show you as much leniency as your uncle showed me.
I would not have it any other way.
Vale. Un escudero. Los escuderos te siguen por todos lados, ¿no? Debería mirar si puedo acceder a las nuevas zonas aquí. Algo me dice que no, pero... Bueno, aquí no. No sé por qué sigue bloqueado esto. En verdad, pero bueno. El cronolito. Ese será de Titán. Y aquí aún no se puede ir. Y aquí tampoco. Y aquí es un salto que no se puede saltar. O sea que aún quedan mapas aquí. O sea que el juego no se termina aún. Básicamente. Aún queda. Vale.
Sid, your new companion appears much more formidable than your uncle. Should I be worried?
You haven't been introduced.
Jill, Clive has told me much about you.
All lies, I'm sure.
Your Stolas said that Dalamil has a bandit problem.
Indeed. Although, you're a little late. They left with our food and guild days ago.
Any idea where they went?
The desert's a big place. Your guess is as good as mine. But the fact is, I have more immediate concerns.
What did you say to me? What did you say?
Ah, as if by magic. Let's just say we've yet to reach a consensus about how to solve Dalamil's little problem. And at this rate, it won't be the actions of the bandits which prove to be our undoing. It will be our own. I've tried reasoning with the dissenting parties, but even the Desert Hare has limits.
Perhaps we could talk to them.
What makes you think they'll listen to us?
What makes you think they won't?
She makes a fair point, Sid. And you won't have wasted much of your precious time if you fail. They're just across the courtyard.
O sea, en vez de luchar
Suppose we
aquí,
just follow the shouting.
tenemos que calmar a la gente, ¿o qué?
You wouldn't talk like that if it had been your men whose throats were slit. Blood for blood, it's the only way. We hire mercenaries and have them mount the bandits' heads on our walls as a lesson to the rest.
And what happens when those mercenaries are slaughtered like your men? Are you going to hire more?
Es para
We're better
extender el
off
combo,
using
vale.
that coin to buy food and supplies. If we hire mercenaries, the only thing we're buying is the bandit's ire. And you cannot fill empty bellies with that. Do you hear me?
But what happens when they come back? Maybe it'll be your throat that's slit.
That's enough. Both of you. Any more of this and I'll throw you out myself. Come back when you're ready to talk like adults.
Victor. What's he doing here?
Sid. And Lady Jill. What brings you here?
I was about to ask you the same thing.
Costness is in chaos, and the markets have all but ceased to operate. The Briar's Kiss here in Dalamil is the only place I can reliably obtain supplies. I was here to do just that when Master Lubor told me of his troubles. He thought I might be able to talk some sense into these fools. But if you're here, I suppose his patience must be waning.
Who are those people?
Those were the thorns in Lubor's side. And the reason this place might be headed the same way as Costness. It's these accursed skies. The darkness is enough to drive a man to madness. Or an entire city, for that matter.
We're still working on the skies. But in the meantime, perhaps we can find a solution to Dalamil's problems.
I hope so. For all our sakes.
So, you see my predicament?
What I saw was a room full of people who were angry and afraid. And with good reason by the sound of it. But if left to smolder, that anger and fear could set the entire town alight.
My thoughts exactly. What to do? Both sides wish to protect their homes and livelihoods, if only they could agree on how. But as long as they are divided, we are vulnerable.
And if there's one thing bandits like, it's an easy target.
What would Sid the Outlaw suggest?
Pelea.
Well, if it were my namesake, he'd let them choose for themselves, and be on hand to pick up the pieces when it all went wrong.
That sounds like a recipe for disaster.
A recipe for disaster is precisely what it is. But perhaps that realization would be enough to make them question the ingredients. While it's plain neither Conrad nor Natalie will countenance the other's proposal, it may still be possible to make them doubt their own before presenting them with a third option.
And that would be?
To pool our resources and save the city ourselves. Why fight each other
when all that fear and anger can be directed at the bandits?
It appears we have a plan of action. Victor, pay Conrad a visit. See if you can't convince him of his folly. I'll speak with Natalie.
As you wish.
Your faces are not well known in this town. That may prove useful. Don't worry, Victor and I will do most of the talking. You need only play along.
Play along?
What he means to say is yes.
Picture it, Conrad.
Seguir el juego.
Ah, here she is. The Lady of the Spear herself. Conrad, may I introduce you to Jane, commander of the Red Wings, the oldest mercenary guild in the Free Cities.
A pleasure, my lady.
The pleasure is all mine.
As I told you, I summoned the commander here from Canver to inquire about a contract.
Victor says you told him no. That there aren't any men left to hire. Is that true?
True as the crystals cracked. Nobles came and claimed every last one worth his salt. And not just from us Red Wings. You know of the 7 high houses. There must be 2 swords assigned each one. Granted, we have a few boys left. If it's boys you're looking for.
Well, Conrad, are you saying that Dalamel's finest cannot defend this town better than a gaggle of unblooded striplings? That a band of beardless youths could better avenge the deaths of your brave men than you yourselves?
Absolutely not. We'll show those bastards who they're dealing with.
I can't believe that actually worked.
Conrad's not what you call the brightest candle in the crypt. And there's a reason why I had you do the talking and not Sid. Well played, my lady.
¿Qué se refiere con eso?
Then let us band together and show these brutes that
My shop.
If I had my pickaxe, I would...
I mean, it may still be possible to buy something. Ah, here he is now. Natalie, allow me to introduce Lord Underhill of Randalar's prestigious League of Merchants.
Lord Underhill. At your service.
Underhill?
I was just telling the good lady of our conversation, my lord, and how you were lamenting the state of the capital's stores.
Lubor says that not only are the granaries almost empty, but that war and the blight mean this season's harvest won't be enough to fill them for winter.
Indeed, certainly that is the case. The nobles in the capital are buying up the city's stocks of barley and wine, driving the prices higher than most commoners can afford. It is only a matter of time before the peasants revolt.
It is worse than I thought. If what Lord Underhill says is true, I fear we have little hope of supplementing our stores, meager though they regrettably are. And while I applaud your endeavors to dissuade our more bellicose citizens from seeking vengeance, I sense Conrad is not wrong in his assessment of the bandits' likely return. Which means that now, more than ever, we will need to secure what little we still have. Food, weapons, herbs, everything. If our humble town is to endure not only this hardship, but those that are certain to follow, we must stand united.
All right. If it will help to protect my home, I'll do it. But you needn't have gone through this charade.
Thank you, Clive. Your performance was nothing if not workmanlike.
She saw right through it.
I didn't say it was good, merely that it produced the desired effect. Now, my scouts should be returning shortly. Meet me back at the Briar's Kiss, and we shall see what we face.
El otro era muy tonto, el Conrad. Que se lo ha creído.
I'm not convinced our roles in this ruse were entirely necessary.
I don't know. Conrad seemed quite taken with you.
Mummy, I'm scared.
Oh, I'm ruined.
Good news, Sid. Both Conrad and Natalie have somewhat gracefully accepted their new roles. With time, they may even learn to.
Time no longer appears to be the luxury it was before lunch.
I take it your scouts found the bandits.
Technically, it would be the bandits who found my scouts. It appears they march for Dalimil as we speak. All of them.
You're not serious.
They don't just want food, they want the whole damn town.
I have a favor to ask. I'm told the bandits march in two groups, one from the south and one from the desert, in a move doubtless intended to stretch our already gossamer-thin defenses.
Very well. Jill and I will meet those from the desert. But what of the rest?
The rest, my friend, the city shall fight. Together. The stakes, I concede, are high. But if this does not unite Dalimil, nothing will.
That is a lot of faith to put into those who had their hands around each other's throats but a moment ago.
Then it will be for us to see that their hands are kept occupied. And I do mean us.
I thought you might say that.
We'll hold them off for as long as we can.
And we will do the same.
A los bandidos. Pero tenemos que descubrir dónde está... Sotomonte, es que... Sotomonte. Underhill, es que... Madre mía. Uy. Ahí va.
The women folk have come to welcome us.
Venid, venid aquí.
It's all yours.
They mean to overwhelm us.
Mercader Sotomonte al ataque.
It's over.
fuerte. Me dio como- Joder. Te despistas y te quitan la mitad de vida.
The townspeople. Could they have held out?
I don't hear any fighting. What do you think?
That we should hurry.
Están enfadados.
Natalie, I owe you an apology. You did well out there. The inn would have been lost had you not held the line.
Without you, there would have been no line to hold. You saved us, Conrad. You saved Dalamil.
We all saved Dalimil.
Conrad seems to have had a change of heart.
I'd say they both have.
I take it from your presence that our visitors from the desert won't be joining us either. Pity.
The plan worked, Sid. Granted, it only took an army of bloodthirsty bandits at our gate.
Calm now, Victor. Why quibble over the details? We are united, and that is all that matters. As for you, Sid, you fight considerably better than you act.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Vale. Ya están las 3 zonas ayudadas. ¿Y ahora qué? ¿Y ahora qué?
Our friends seem to have things under control.
Gracias a Sotomonte,
For now, at least.
el mundo ha
Let's
sido
go put
salvado.
Otto's mind at rest.
Vamos a Otto, sí.
So, wait.
Vamos a Otto. Oh, ah, vale, uf. Digo, ¿ya está accesible la zona? No. No está accesible ninguna zona.
Did you learn
Bueno, en parte me gusta que no estén accesibles esas zonas porque significa que hay más endgame. Bueno, a ver, aún me queda toda esta zona por ir, ¿sabes? Digo yo. Aún queda juego. Que siempre me da miedo que se termine. Yo no quiero que se termine. Aún me queda domingo, lunes y martes de fiesta. Si quiere durar 100 horas, que dure. Vale, arma nueva, ¿no? Reputación nueva, sí.
Did you see that? Tell me you saw that.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Come to claim your just desserts.
Sí. Rollo de música y ámbar.
All yours. All done?
Claro, rollo de música y ámbar, porque es la cantante ámbar. Ay.
Was wondering when you turn up. Had owls from all our friends thanking you for your timely intervention. How is it you always manage to arrive at just the right moment?
Luck, I suppose. Any word on the rest of the realm?
Let's see. Storm's still crying out for mother crystals. The nations are still in chaos. And the skies are still the colour of a kick in the kidneys 2 days on. So...
Right.
Clive, we knew this was going to happen. Well, not the bleeding skies part, but you take my point. Now's not the time to second-guess yourself. Now's the time to visit the infirmary. Talia says your brother's awake.
Thank you, Otto.
Que nos dé información porque no entiendo nada de lo que está pasando.
So it was not Sylvester, but Olivier who served as Ultima's puppet. And when Dion learned of this, he sought to slay the fiend. Only for his father to take the spear that would have freed him. enough to drive a man to madness.
Small wonder he hasn't stirred. I would be afraid to wake.
Had I but reached out to him sooner, warned him of the threat Ultima posed. But now, both an empire and her prince lie broken.
Joshua, what do you know of Ultima?
Very little, I'm afraid. Despite my best efforts. 18 years ago, as I lay buried beneath the rubble of Phoenix Gate, it was not death who came for me, but another. And it was while in my rescuer's care, I first heard of Ultima. I've been chasing his shadow ever since. Ultima is driven by some deep, dark purpose, and for whatever reason, it would seem you are crucial to his designs. He will stop at nothing to have you, even if that means toppling an empire.
But why me? What possible use could I be to such a creature?
That is one of many answers that have eluded me. Yet, I am certain of this. It is not mere chance. You were chosen for a reason. All dominants carry within them the might of an icon. Nigh limitless power that is at once acutely limited. I wield fire, and only fire.
And I only ice. 8 wardens for 8 elements. But you, Clive.
You are different. You're special. Your abilities begin with the flames of Ifrit. But they do not end there. The fact Ifrit can even exist goes against everything we thought we knew of dominance. Perhaps Ultima has been waiting for one such as you, whose potential is truly limitless.
I've encountered that thing several times now. If it or he, as you say, needs me, why hasn't he claimed me as he did the boy?
Were I to hazard a guess, I'd say the two of you are somehow incompatible. His mind not properly attuned to your body.
His mind?
Mind, awareness, spirit, call it what you wish. But I believe Ultima to be an embodiment of the concept. This is why I struggle and fail to contain him here inside me.
Sorry, inside you?
With every setting sun, I feel my strength wane. And though the Phoenix's flames mend the prison I have made for Ultima, they do so at a cost. We must find a means to bring an end to him before I meet my own.
What were you thinking?
It was that or let him take Clive. And I've always had a soft spot for my brother.
But that doesn't mean you should sacrifice yourself to save me.
Joshua. Clive, it's Gav. There's an army of Akashic at the gates of Canver.
¿Cuál con el Joshua? ¿Que se nos muere?
Well, what's the short of it?
Thought Tyre told you. The capital of the Free Cities is under siege by an army of monstrosities. The city guard are doing their best to stem the tide, but numbers ain't on their side.
What of Lord Byron and Mid? Were they able to escape?
No, but they're all right for now. They're hiding with Gav at midship.
We have to get them out of there.
And we shall. Otto, prepare a Stolas. Tell Gav to stay exactly where he is.
Understood.
Vivian, what's the swiftest route to the Free Cities?
That sounds like a question for the map.
El mapa, venga.
Look here. This road, through Tabor,
should provide the least trouble.
Good.
What a coincidence. Tabor is exactly where I'm bound.
Joshua, bed is where you should be bound.
You don't think I told him the exact same thing?
Were Tyre not such a talented healer, I would surely have been inclined to agree. But, thanks to her ministrations, I feel I may safely rejoin my attendant, who is to wait for me in Tabor if we became separated.
All right, we travel together.
Clive.
If he stays close to me, he'll be fine.
Thank you, brother.
I'll look after him.
My attendant was with me in the Dominion before I primed. She would have watched the battle unfold and witnessed its outcome. I trust you'll be waiting for me in Tabor, where I can finally introduce you.
Y Hunts también. O sea, doy 2 pasos. ¡Buah! Muchos más. Bueno, no me quejo, ¿eh? Una. Ah, rango C solo. Sur de Tabor, Dalmequia. Sur de Tabor. Vale. Que eso está más o menos. Ah, no puedo ir. Vale. Puedo teleportarme ahí directamente. Ah, pero eso no se podía ir antes. Vale. Vale. Bueno, voy a hacer las quests antes que hay por aquí. ¿Y esta ya ha cambiado de juzgando o no?
The girls here can have
Sigo pensando igual.
and Gav and Gareth.
Vale. Hay una quest por carta. Y las otras dos están aquí. Hola, Valeria. ¿Me estás marcando un maratón? Hola, Shio. Ah, te ha sido en un momento interesante, sí. No solo llevo 10 horas, Valeria. Desde el jueves que he streameado. O sea, el jueves streameé 15 horas. El viernes 15 horas. Hoy seguramente también 15 horitas. O 14 y algo, depende de lo que aguante. Pero sí, sí. Me lo quiero pasar del tirón, pero del tirón lento. Voy haciéndolo todo. No solo hago historia, hago todo.
What am I gonna do?
¿Qué le pasa?
Is everything all right, Goose? You seem more discomposed than usual.
De lo normal.
Oh, I don't know what that means, but I'm in a bit of a muddle. Oh, I think Nan might be in trouble and she's...
It's all right. You can tell me.
There was a trader came by. One of our usuals, like. Said he'd heard some rotten rumours about her down Dalimil Way. Folk are saying she's been selling to bandits and cutthroats and that. I mean, she's fond of a chance to make a coin or two, aye, but she'd never do business with baddies. Especially not the kind who go hurting people who haven't done out. I wanted to ask her about it myself, but
Me se había ocurrido.
I'm scared she'll give us a tongue lashing. She'd never give your tongue a lashing,
Sí,
though, would she?
Don't worry. I'll speak to her.
Oh, thanks, Clive.
Modo disfrutón, sí, exacto.
You'll let me know what she says, won't you?
Of course. I'm sure it's all just a misunderstanding.
Misión aceptada. Me parecen quests que solo se solucionan aquí dentro. Eso está bien. Así no me hacen dar muchas vueltas.
Lady Karen. How's business?
Not nearly as foul as the weather.
You're doing good trade then? Both in and out of the hideaway?
Can't complain. Wait. What exactly are you getting at? Not once in 5 long years do you pay my affairs half a care, but here you are today, raking me over the coals like a bloody popoto.
Just asking. Out of interest. All right. I'm here because I was told that certain rumors have been circulating. About you selling weapons to brigands.
Oh, are ya? And who was it who knows me so well as to tell tales of my evil exploits?
I didn't exactly hear firsthand. All I know is that someone in Dalimil has been spreading word to that effect.
And what? You believe it? You think I'm profiting off the blood of innocents, do you? Look, I've done things I'm not proud of. Might be there were a time when I turned a blind eye to the wretchedness of the world so I could line my pocket. But that woman is no more. And you'd know that if you'd ever paid the slightest bit of notice.
You're right, Lady Karen. I apologize. It was wrong of me to doubt you.
No, it was. Now, I reckon you've got better things to do than pointing your do-gooding finger at a poor old woman.
Of course. Good day. I spoke with Lady Karen.
What did she say?
That the rumors were unfounded, and that I was a fool for thinking they might hold any truth, along with some other things that made her feelings clear. And while it sounds like she may have done things she regretted in her past, she says those days are behind her.
Oh, well, that's good. I knew Nan wasn't caught up in out bad. But why would people say she was? What did she ever do to them? It's not right.
No, it's not. But people do things for all sorts of reasons. Perhaps we'll never know.
Well, I'm going to find out. That trader, he said they were all talking about her in Dalimil. So that's where I'm going. I'll find someone who'll tell me, you'll see.
Are you sure that's wise? Whoever's spreading these rumors means Karen ill.
Oh, right. But that's why you'll be coming with me, isn't it, Clive?
I suppose it is.
No es que pueda. Por mucho que quiera, no puedo.
Seems the hideaway is lost its...
Here, you put me in this situation, Clive. You can bloody well get me out of it. I need a hand with a recipe.
Are you sure it's me you're looking for? I'm not much of a cook.
I'm all the cook will be needing, thank you very much. What I want from you is a little of your time, right? Oh, and perhaps your sword. You remember Ivan's stew, right? Well, despite the look of the thing, and that awful stench, people wolf it down. So I thought I'd try making one of these supposed masterpieces myself. Had a peek at the book and gave it a go, but, well...
It wasn't as straightforward as you'd hoped? Ivan had the same problem.
Yeah, but this is my blooming kitchen, and I will not be outdone. So if you don't want to be seen as playing favourites, I suggest you lend me a hand.
Venga, va.
I've never been one to play favourites, Molly. And I would be only too happy to lend you a hand. So, what's on the menu this time?
A fried mortress of skyworm. That's one heck of a name, innit? Recipe seemed easy enough to an old hand like myself. Thought I'd followed it to a T. Only, turns out skyworm livers and drake's mint are not what I thought they were. At least I hope they're not, given the rancid mess they made.
Ivan said the recipes in the culinary pilgrimage date back centuries. Who's to say the ingredients even exist anymore?
Ah, that's a question for a scholar, wouldn't you say? Perhaps you know of one? Kindly old fella who haunts the shelves, maybe?
Fine. I'll go and speak to Harpocrates. Perhaps he'll know something. And if he does, I'll see if I can find your ingredients for you.
You do that. Lest we forget, you've got a reputation to uphold.
Uy, esa misión me la dará un niño. Ah, no.
Is a storm coming, Sid?
Lawsman Harpocrates. I've come to pick your brain if you don't mind. It's about the book you lent Ivan.
Ah, Valisthea, A Culinary Pilgrimage, a classic. One of my favorites, in fact. The young man did a wonderful job with the Chance's stew. I do hope we shall be able to sample more such marvels in due course.
That's actually why I'm here. I don't suppose you know where I might find skyworm livers and drake's mint.
Ah, so the fabled Sandbrequois delicacy is next on the menu. Delightful. The descriptions of fried mortress never fail to make my mouth water. Now, skyworm is a somewhat antiquated name for the wyvern, their ground livers being the paste from which the mortress is made.
Dragon livers. How very Sandbrequois.
One would have thought the disciples of Bahamut would have a touch more reverence for their icon's brethren, but apparently not. I believe the specific dragon the recipe demands is the blueback wyvern, said to be the very color of the sea beside which it resides.
So we know where to look for our liver. But what about the drake's mint?
Saint's bonnet in contemporary parlance, a herb which grows along the North Reach coast. I gather that one can locate the cheerful yellow flowers by their heady scent alone, so I'm sure you'll have no trouble finding them. I may add that people once believed game was best served with the flora that sustained it in life, in which regard fried mortress of skyworm is undoubtedly a typical dish of the time.
Meaning that if I find one, I find the other. To Northreach, then.
Best of luck, Clive. And do save me a bite once the dish is complete.
Y la última quest.
Sid, perhaps you can help me solve a mystery.
I can certainly try. Who's gone missing this time?
It's not who, but what. Mid's scales, the ones she made for her workshop. I borrowed them to teach the little ones about weight, and shortly after the lesson, well, they vanished. My first thought was that they'd taken them off somewhere to play, but when I asked, they swore they had nothing to do with their having disappeared. Which almost certainly means they had everything to do with it.
Perhaps a visit from Sid will jog their memories.
I think it just might. Thank you. I don't like to imagine that my pupils would lie to me. But if they have, I'll have no choice but to discipline them accordingly. They were in the atrium when I last saw them, as always.
Niños castigados.
Is a storm coming, Sid?
Es verdad que había otra quest de carta.
Did you see the pair that got hauled into tires?
Rutherford. Wasn't that the name of my uncle's manservant? Why would he be at Martha's Rest?
Tampoco puedo ir porque esa zona es inaccesible de momento. Así que solo puedo terminar esta que tengo aquí delante. Eso está en el taller.
I heard the Emperor was impaled on his...
We're all gonna die! You hear me?
What do you reckon we should do? I say we...
Bueno. Que la han roto.
Sid!
Vaya voz.
Hard at your studies, I see. And what is that? It's not a set of scales, is it?
No. Of course it isn't.
Well, not anymore, it's not. Oh,
And just how long hasn't it been one?
we're sorry.
But we didn't break them. We dismembered them.
Just like Miss Mididol showed us.
Miss Mididol? And why would she have you dismembering her creations?
Because that's the only way to become a ninja-neer.
Miss Mididol said, the best way to see how something worked is to take it apart and put it back together again.
Well then, your work is already half done. Carry on.
About that.
The taking apart was easy enough, but it's the putting back we can't work out.
Speak for yourself. The heavy thing goes at the bottom. Then...
You three need to learn to take responsibility for your actions. So let's have a look at these parts with fresh
Así
eyes, shall
desmontarlo y
we?
volverlo a montar, así aprendes, ¿no? ¿Tendré que montar esto de verdad?
All right. Everything here was once part of Miss Mididol's scales. Every piece has its own role to play, and each is just as important as the others. If even one of them is missing, the scales won't work. So let's think about what those roles might be. You already know one of the pieces. The body. Its role is to support everything else. But what of the others?
El brazo primero. Bueno, engranaje. Hacía falta un engranaje. Hacía falta un engranaje.
This is called the arm. Why do you suppose that is? It doesn't look much like an arm.
You're right. It looks more like a wing. Like a chocobo wing!
You've ridden a chocobo before, haven't you, Sid? Will you teach me to ride one day?
I'll think about it. Now, what do arms do?
Hold things. So wait, maybe this arm holds things too?
Good thinking. You're on the right track. These round parts are called the pans. You all know what a pan is, don't you?
I do. Molly uses them in the kitchens to fry bangers. But these aren't for frying bangers, you idiot. They're for weighing stuff. But what if I wanted to weigh Goots? I don't think he'd fit on that little thing.
Probably not.
What are the chains for? Holding the pans up?
Nueva skin.
Well spotted. Which means something must hold the chains up in turn.
Si Clive fuese profesor, también te gustaría que te diera clases, ¿eh? ¿A que sí?
This tiny piece is what's called a cogwheel, or gear. Have you ever seen one before?
I have. Miss Mididol's dungeon is full of them. Most are on the floor.
Y que te castigará
She puts them
para
in
después de
all
clase.
her inventions. They spin round and round and round and round and...
That's right. They're very useful when you want to make things move. Do you remember if there was anything on the scales that moved?
I remember the arm moved when I tried weighing an apple. And then somebody ate it.
Not my fault. You shouldn't have tried weighing it before lunch.
We know what part's supposed to move and how it's supposed to move. So, let's put the pieces together first, see what doesn't move, and then stick the cogwheel to that.
Not a bad idea. You see? It's not so difficult. So, now that we've taken stock of the parts and learned what they do, what do you think?
I think we've got it.
Then here's what we'll do. You tell me what goes where, and I'll put the scales together.
Well, obviously you need to start with the body. All the other pieces fit onto it, don't they?
And the arms go on the body, just like real arms. Or wings, if you're a chocobo. And then the arms hold the pans by the chains.
Very good. Let's see if that works. Ah, all finished.
Se lo pone al revés, ¿qué? Vale, enseñamos.
Yes! We did it!
Well, with Sid's help.
Oh, I just put the pieces together. It was you three engineers who showed me how.
That's right. We're Miss Mididol's hairs.
Her hairs?
Yeah, hairs for the future. She's showing us her secrets now, so we can help out the hideaway when we're older.
What do you think, Sid? Are we almost ready?
With a little more help from Miss Mididol and Miss Shirley, I'd say it won't be long at all.
You hear that? It won't be long.
Until then, though, do try to be honest with Miss Shirley.
Hey, look! We never used the cogwheel.
You don't think Sid forgot about it, do you?
Están pensando, es tonto.
Didn't happen to forget anything, did you, Sid?
Lo tenéis que montar vosotros.
We're all gonna die. You hear me?
I heard the Emperor was impaled on his...
Folículos. Son sus folículos. La cara con que le miraron rollo. ¿Este sabe de lo que habla?
Is a storm coming, Sid? Will there be...
Well, did you solve the mystery?
It was as you thought. The children had the scales, or the parts of them at least. They dismantled them to see how they worked.
Oh, no, Mid will have my head.
Thankfully she won't. This might even have been her idea. Although I was the one who ended up teaching the lesson.
I'm so sorry, Sid. I know how busy you are. I shall see that the children are properly punished.
Please, there's no need. It seems to have taken the three of them under her wing. She's even calling them her heirs. She'd have them follow in her footsteps. And her father's.
I see. Sid, do you know why Mid has been spending so much time at the hideaway of late?
She told me it was because her studies have been interrupted by events in Canva. Is that not true?
No, it isn't. The university offered her a commission. In exchange for full tuition, room and board, they asked her to oversee the design of several new war engines. To anyone else it would be an opportunity, but to Mid, who lost both her parents to war, it was a bitter pill. One she was none too keen to swallow. But that should come as no surprise. She's only ever cared about bringing people hope. The very last thing war can be said to do.
Which explains her heirs. She's working to give them a better life. And so should I. What's the odd engineering lesson?
You've given them far more than that. And I'm sure they're very grateful.
Folículos, tío. No sé qué es un folículo. Se me hace raro. A ver. Madre mía, la gente en Twitter. Hostia, tío, la gente está fatal, ¿eh? En Twitter, de verdad. A ver. Es que el tweet que hice antes, de que me apena que haya gente que no juega el Final 16 simplemente por una opinión random de internet, pues ¡guau! Ha salido un montón de gente ahí. Ay.
Is a storm coming soon? Will there be thunder?
Madre mía. Vale, ya está. Ya está, que Twitter es Twitter. Hay mucha gente que odia el juego simplemente porque es de una consola en concreto. Pasa con muchos juegos, ¿eh? Con el Zelda igual. El Zelda yo me lo compré, es muy bueno. Es muy bueno el Zelda. El anterior también. Pero hay gente que simplemente por el hecho de salir en la Switch ya lo odia. Y lo tacha de mal juego. Y se inventan cada cosa. Madre mía. Es discutir, sí, efectivamente. Es como que Twitter está para esto, ¿no? Joder. Es una pena, es una pena. En vez de ponerse a jugar y disfrutar, están ahí todo el día quejándose. Quejándose sin motivo, además. Si tuviese un motivo, vale, pero... Sirvientes entre las sombras.
It's like a dream.
El teleport lo tengo, ¿no?
Us out walking like we used to.
Enjoying this, are you?
Digo yo que
Gav
sí.
and the others could be in danger as we...
Well, this isn't at all foreboding.
¿Cómo que para qué servirá esto? ¿No tienes el teleport? Sí. Tal vez, no sé, se me hace extraño. Tal vez estos teleports solo son para el jugador, no sé si me explico. Y el personaje no sabe que se está teleportando. Él hace el viaje pues a pata, a chocobo o lo que sea. Y por eso se pregunta qué es esto, ¿para qué servirá esto? ¿Para qué va a servir si es un teleport? Pero es verdad que yo he visto otros NPCs preguntándose qué era eso. Pero me parece raro, si quisieran hacer un teleport y que los personajes no lo supieran, entonces no lo pongas y ya está. Que te teleportes ahí y punto, ya obvies que va en viaje y ya está. No sé. Si opinas que te gustan, te van a contradecir para discutir. Sí. Da igual. Si te gusta un juego, es porque eres un fanboy. Si no te gusta, es porque eres un hater. Y ya está. Yo a veces solo... Si a alguien no le gusta un juego, intento saber el porqué, porque yo qué sé, tal vez me he perdido algo. Pero si su razón no tiene sentido, entonces es que... Es por algo, hay algo. Y ese algo siempre es la guerra de consolas. O... ya está, es que no hay más. La guerra de consolas. Últimamente en Twitter vuelve a estar la guerra de consolas. Fue la Xbox, el PC, no sé qué. Qué pereza. Pero si Dios, ay, que está Joshua atacando también, es verdad. Mira, somos una partida de 4. Somos una partida de 4. Para que luego digan. Vale, tengo que ir ahí, ¿no? Pero antes daré una vueltecita por aquí arriba. La imagen, otra vez. Otra vez se ha quedado parado, perdón. Está congelada la imagen, perdón. Que no la había visto. Ay. ¿Qué le pasa al PC hoy? A ver. ¿En serio? Está ocupado. ¿Pero por qué? ¿Cómo que está ocupado? A ver. Dispositivo ocupado. Raster. ¿Por qué se me ha descargado? Qué raro. Creo que tengo que reiniciar el PC. Tiene pinta. Tiene toda la pinta. Toda. Pues nada. Último intento y reinicio el PC. No. Pues a reiniciar. Ahora. No, no me lo voy a quitar. No me lo quito. Pues ahora, lo apago, lo vuelvo a encender y ya está. Lo dejo así, ¿vale? Miradlo correr. A ver. Ya estoy encendiendo, a ver. Se apaga hasta la tele. En el cajón de los calzones, ¿qué dices? Calla, que me lo creo. Venga, PC, tú puedes. Yo confío. ¿Tú confías? No, ¿sabes qué pasa? Ahora os lo explico. Ahora os lo explico. Es culpa mía, ¿eh? Racer otra vez. Bueno. ¿Ya? ¿Ya está? Vale. Y funciona, vale, perfecto. Ya está. A no ser que salga algo entre pantalla. Ya está, en principio. A ver, cambiamos. Aquí. Vale. Os explicaré el que creo que ha pasado, ¿vale? Había dejado el PC abierto. También, o sea, no solo estaba streameando el final, sino también estaba con el Adobe Premiere compilando todos los vídeos de los directos que he hecho. ¿Y una cuesta aquí? Pues eso, también estaba compilando los vídeos. O sea que el PC estaba mostrando el final, como está mostrando ahora, y además... No, audios no. Funciona. Funciona el audio. Perdona, es que estaba el mapa abierto y no hay música. Está el mapa abierto. Sí, ¿no? Sí que se oye. Solo que no hay esto. Voy a hacer las quests, ¿vale? Que hay unas cuantas por aquí. Las voy a hacer antes que esto. Sí que se oye, ¿no? Sí. Estoy viendo que sube la barrita. ¿No? Sí, sí que se oye. Pues había dejado el Premiere compilando vídeos. Y claro, eso consume el 100% de la CPU. Y en algún momento el PC estaba diciendo, no puedo. Porque a la vez también estaba grabando el directo y grabando el juego. Aparte. Bueno, en fin, mucha cosa. A ver, los rumores.
Clive, listen! I found someone who says he's heard the rumors about Nan.
Have you?
Go on. Tell him what you told me.
All right. It's like I said. A wizened old crone by the name of Karen's been selling steel to whoever will pay her price, be they knight or knave. Says the more swords and spears she puts in people's hands, the more war they'll wage. And the more war being waged, the more call for swords and spears. And who will they all turn to keep them in steel? Why, the good Reaper herself.
And you've seen this Reaper at work?
Aye, it just so happens I have. You'll find her right here plying her trade most days.
Here in Dalimil? Where exactly?
She has a stall here in the market, but if you're not the patient type, you can probably find her at her storehouse on the edge of town. But it'd be a bolder man than me that braved that particular nest of vipers. Feeling bold, traveler? I hope so, for your sake. Now, if that's all, I have places to be.
Sorry to have kept you.
You don't think Nan's the Reaper, do you?
Not unless she's discovered the secret of how to be in two places at once.
Eh? What do you mean?
Lady Karen hasn't left the hideaway in weeks. So who has been running this stall he spoke of?
Good question. I'll go and have a look.
And I'll visit this storehouse on the edge of town.
All right, but be careful, Clive.
You too, Goots.
Habrá que volver a luchar seguro. Para variar. Está aquí fuera mismo. Le ha de andar que se pasa Clive durante el juego,
What a mess.
You fought very bravely.
The safety of the town is in our hands.
Run like the wind. Time to brave the
Mira, de
Viper's
momento,
nest.
mi única crítica mala, entre comillas, del Final 16 es que el Chocobo parece que resbale. Tendría que correr más. Pero se queda medio gas.
You, is it? Thought I might have laid it on a bit thick.
It was a fairly unconvincing tale. So, what now?
That's up to you. Die a slow death, or a quick one. Boys, he's all yours. But that sword is mine.
Now, we can pretend this didn't happen.
No, un poco overkill, pero bueno. ¿Cómo que he sanado? Ven aquí.
You're finished.
¿Y el senador dónde está? Que había uno aquí. Había dos. Hostia, ¿te has transformado en Fénix? ¿Qué ataque ha hecho? Hay un sanador, sí, está ahí. A ver qué leo. Así tiene esas piernas y ese culazo. Vale, Keira. Bueno, ya no estará.
You've done it now.
Go on. Tell me what I've done.
When the Borgwin finds out you've killed his men, he'll have your head. He only wanted that bull of a manservant, the dim one always clinging to Karen's skirts. You weren't even supposed to be here. Who the hell are you anyway?
What were you going to do to him?
The Borgwin wanted him to get to Karen. I was only supposed to point the lamp in the right direction once he arrived in Dalamil. But then you turned up. Well, go on then. If you're going to end me, end me.
You're not worth the effort. Now be gone, before I change my mind.
Fucking coward!
I need to find Goots. Right now.
Pues que te jodan. Vamos a ver. ¿Qué clase de respuesta es esa?
Get your filthy paws off me, you naughty-pated lout!
Stop calling me names! And stop spreading them horrible lies about Nan!
Well, that will be easy enough. For they are not lies. Every last word is true. And she must pay for her crimes in blood.
Lord!
Goose, are you all right?
He's gonna kill Nan! He said she had to pay in blood!
After what she did, it is only right. She ruined my life and the lives of countless others. That loathsome harpy's very existence is a crime, and I will not allow it to continue. Goose, was it? I have no quarrel with you. Only with your employer. Run along now. You need not pay for her sins.
No.
No?
I don't care what she did. I won't let you hurt Nan. Promise me you won't hurt her, or I'll kill you myself!
Goots, no.
Enough, all of you!
Karen. But how did you?
You're a sight less clever than you think you are, the pair of you. Did you think I wouldn't notice the two of you slinking off together? Well, the whole thing got me thinking, who in Dalamil might bear me a grudge? And a certain snivelling shit I ran afoul of in my fairy years came to mind. Though it was just Bogan back then, wasn't it? I thought the years might have taught you some sense. But I see you're the same pants-pissing craven you've always been. What was it we called you? Wet legs.
You bitch! Everything that happened, it was all your fault! And now you'll finally pay for what you did to me!
Goose, you...
If you want a piece of Nan, you'll have to go through me.
Fuck!
You great galoot. Out of the way, I can handle this myself. So, wet legs, you remember what you told me when we last met? An eye for an eye, Wise words, Sam. Wise words. And now, it's time to collect.
¿Qué le va a hacer?
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Is he...
Ahora es tuerto.
Dead? No. But I reckon he wishes he was. It isn't easy going through life one eye short of a pair. After all, I should know.
You don't mean...
El ojo derecho lo tiene...
Don't tell me you didn't notice. Lost it to old Wet Legs back when we were working the same routes. Said I'd stolen from his strongbox. I'd done nothing of the sort, mind. But that didn't stop him taking his little revenge. So I took some of my own. Sorry, lost everything. His coin, his clients. Always knew he'd be back one day to claim his due. But he crossed a line dragging poor Goots into this. He didn't hurt you, did he?
No, Nan. Still got all my arms, see? Legs too. But what if he comes back again?
What if he does? First we take the other eye, then we work our way down. He'll learn his lesson soon enough. But something tells me the Wet Legs has learned it already. Right. Let's get you back to the hideaway. You've attracted quite enough attention already. Ta-ra, Clive.
Se le ha quitado el ojo. Es que madre mía.
Remind me never to cross you, Karen.
No hay que meterse con Yuki, Clip, es que, Sio, ¿cómo puede ser tan chivata? Es otro nivel, Súper rápida, tío. No, no se lo digas porque es spoiler. Claro, no se lo puedes decir. Si no te va a matar. También. Te lo guardas.
My lord Marquis, is that you?
En una libreta.
It is you. Then you received my letter.
A ver, ¿qué
I
problema hay?
am Sebastian Rutherford, chief steward of your lord uncle's estate.
Of course. We met once before.
Yes, my lord. Thank you for coming.
And what was so sensitive that you couldn't put it in writing?
1,000 apologies, my lord. I did not mean to offend. I merely...
It's all right. Continue.
I am here at Martha's Rest, at the behest of your lord uncle, tasked with learning what I am able of the realm's current state of affairs. And what I have learned is grim. The fall of the Mother Crystals has left Storm in a state of utter disarray. The subsequent darkening of the heavens has only made things worse. Akashic attacks, once unthinkable, are now commonplace. The gears of governance have ground to a halt, and without a steady hand on the tiller, the realm threatens to drift into utter chaos. Your lord uncle, however, believes there is a way to avoid this fate, and is determined to see it set in motion.
That sounds like quite the undertaking.
It is. Hence my having enlisted the aid of several colleagues serving the 7 high houses. Alas...
Alas.
I have lost contact with 2 of those colleagues already. They are both able-bodied and trained in the sword, yet in these dark times, even that may not prove sufficient to keep a man safe on the road.
So you want me to find them? I'll need to know where they went.
One I sent to investigate the Republic, the other the old Imperial capital of Oriflamme.
That doesn't exactly narrow it down. I suppose I'll start in Dalimil and work my way east.
Thank you, my lord. I shall pray for your success and safety.
Bueno. Vale. Aquí. Jo, pues venía de ahí. Bueno. ¿A casitos? Lees asiáticos.
It's not going to be easy finding one man in an entire republic. Let's hope someone here's seen something.
Mummy,
The gentleman of the town guard.
Y esa cara de miedo.
You wouldn't happen to know if the pieces that were stolen from my store were recovered, would you? They were irreplaceable.
Ready, go? Someone's got himself in trouble.
I don't see your master here, so you can start by giving us all the coppers in your purse.
I already told you, I have nothing.
And maybe we'll take that pretty outfit and the steel you're wearing.
Please! These men are trying to rob me!
I'll deal with this.
Thank you.
Vale.
You that one's master, then? If you'd kindly pay the coin he owes us, we can pretend you didn't draw your blade on Republican soldiers.
Or you can go back to your garrison and I won't report you to your captain.
Oh, you're more than welcome to. He hasn't had many visitors since we slit his throat.
Me lo cuenta como un ataque más grande. Ala. Así, ya está. Un poco overkill, pero bueno. Me iría bien tener, creo que eran 4K de skill points para la última habilidad de la
I'd expect as much from Hugo's faithful, but these were men of the fist.
Much has changed in the Republican army since they lost their rock.
You've seen this kind of thing before, then?
Many times. I was sent here to observe the situation.
You're one of Rutherford's men. He sent me to look for you.
Well, then you have my thanks. I fancy I could defend myself against one, perhaps two, but a whole regiment. I arrived in Dalimil several days ago, but when I called upon the captain of the local garrison to make inquiries, his men confiscated my effects and locked me in a cell.
The captain is no more, and his men make the rules now.
Fortunately, I was able to bribe my way free, only to be stopped again by those soldiers you so kindly dispatched.
What of the Fist's central command? Surely they wouldn't allow such lawlessness amongst their ranks.
I would imagine they are unaware of it. Most of the army has fallen back to the capital and hunkered down behind her walls. Those who weren't recalled now rule the fringes unchecked, answering to no one but themselves.
Then it's worse than we imagined. You should return to Rosaria. It's not safe here.
I'll find a caravan heading north. You won't mind if I borrow one of these soldiers' coin purses?
Cógelas todas.
Not at all. Now, to find this second associate of Rutherford's. If he was bound for Oriflamme, I'll start at Northreach and see if I can pick up his trail.
Vale. Voy a buscar a un compañero. Tal vez mejor que entregue esta o algo. No, esta de aquí. Vale. Allá que voy. Bueno, pues el hilo en Twitter... Bueno, el hilo. No es un hilo. No para de responder gente anti-PlayStation. Hay respuestas que no entiendo también. Dice, igual los de Sony se esperan que esté a 20. No hay prisas. ¿Cómo? No entiendo nada. Madre mía. ¡Qué pereza!
There's a lot of road between
Vale, uy, espera.
here in the capital. Rutherford's man could be anywhere.
Pues sí. Podría estar en cualquier sitio, pero... Hostia, tengo que ver los 3 sitios. Creo que corre a la misma velocidad Clive que el Chocobo. Voy a hacer la prueba. Voy a hacer una prueba, ¿vale? Mira, desde esta piedra de aquí, ¿vale? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 segundos, ¿vale? 5 segundos tarda desde esa roca, desde esta roca hasta el NPC, ¿vale?
¡Ya!
0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 segundos y medio. O sea, corre como un 10% más rápido el Chocobo que Clive. O sea, me parece súper raro, tío. Algo me deja ver. No es normal que corra tan poco.
If you're with the others, they've already relieved me of my belongings.
I'm not. I'm looking for someone who was sent here by a man named Rutherford.
And then you found him. I'm Alistair Rockford, attendant to the Lady Ariane of House Wellesley.
Of the 7 high houses of Rosaria. It's been a long time since last I saw my great-aunt. Is she well?
Estará muertísima.
My Lord Marquis?
¿Se encuentra bien?
Yes. Yes, she is. The Lady Dowager has granted me leave to assist your Uncle Stuart. I was on my way back from the old capital when I saw some villagers being robbed on the road here.
Bandits?
They looked more like field hands, but it didn't matter in the end. I did what I could to help the victims, but all it earned me was a pommel to the temple.
Which way did they go?
South, toward the gate.
All right. I'll take care of them. Founder knows I've met enough of their kind. You head back to Northreach, visit the Vale, tell them I sent you.
Thank you. I shall. Founder be your shield.
Pues sí, Clive corre casi igual que el Chocobo cuando se pone en modo
They just
turbo.
couldn't resist, could they?
Al pillaje.
This one's ours, pretty boy.
Pero que lo había esquivado. Claro, de paso creo que los demás. Pues Joshua también. Pega unos rayos.
Make for the town while you can. There may be more bandits nearby.
You don't need to tell me twice. Many thanks, traveler.
This looks to be all of them.
I thought I told you to make for the Vale.
And stand by as ill might befall the heir to the ducal throne.
It's just Clive, and I'm fine. Which is more than can be said for you.
I will survive.
Strange that the garrison wouldn't intervene in such a brazen attack so close to their gates.
The garrison have their hands full inside the city. Some days they don't even send out patrols. There are few hands left to work the fields, and even fewer to transport the grain. The market stalls are nearly bare, and the price for what remains is exorbitant. It's not uncommon to see a fight break out over a crust of bread. When I said the ones who attacked me didn't have the look of bandits, I meant it. They were probably just desperate.
Bueno.
Rockford.
Tenía un hacha
Listen to
enorme.
me. If you are to continue your investigation, you first need to seek the attention of a healer.
Of course. I shall return to Northreach right away. But allow me to thank you first. Had you not happened along,
Don't thank me. Thank Rutherford. It was he who sent me.
I suppose he'll be wondering where I've got to. I shall send a Bistolus as soon as I'm able. Good day.
My uncle certainly has his work cut out for him. If it isn't already too late. I should go and tell Rutherford that his colleagues are still in one piece.
Espera, tengo que mandar un mensaje. Vale. Ya está. Me acabo de acordar que tenía que preguntar a mi compañera de trabajo hasta qué día se pedía vacaciones. Me acaba de hacer clic que... Claro, para ir a la Gamepolis tendré que pedirme un día de fiesta mínimo. A ver, a ver.
There were ghosts at the gates, not days.
You needn't fret. The creatures.
Vale, estos están un poquito lejos.
The meadows, then.
That's what I
Venga, turbo. Hasta los demás corren más que yo.
Bogoti said I should be able to find what I'm looking for somewhere nearby. Bright blue dragons and bright yellow flowers.
Sí, esto es de aquí.
Easy enough to spot.
Pues será ese dragón.
This must be our wyvern. All right, let's get this over with.
Es que la tormenta esta es demasiado, creo. Es demasiado.
That's the wyvern's liver. Now I just need to find the herbs. Bright yellow with a heady scent.
Y estas son las plantas, ¿no? Sí. Hierba santa.
I think that's everything Molly needs to resurrect her recipe. Better head back.
Voy a mirar una cosa. A ver. No hay forma de ver al chocobo, ¿no? O sea, Ambrosia aquí no sale. No hay forma alguna, ¿verdad? Ajustes menú. Qué raro. Se me hace muy raro que ande tan lento, ¿eh? O algo estoy haciendo mal, o no sé. Vale, en forma Rutherford. Vale. Parece que ya está, ya las puedo entregar todas. Vale, no del todo. Y luego hay una nueva a mitad de la historia. Ojalá sean los dos bandidos esos que me engañaron antes. Ojalá esa quest sea esa.
I see you're still here.
The Rest's location affords a constant flow of traders, and with it, a constant flow of information. Speaking of which, I received word from both my associates. They have resumed their investigations, thanks to you.
I only happened to be in the right place at the right time. They both seem to think the realm's prospects rather grim.
I am afraid that Grim would be putting it lightly. Storm is in crisis, and if we are to free her, we must work quickly. And we must work together. Such is your Lord Uncle's wish.
As it is mine.
Mayordomo de profesión. Vale. Ya está, ya puedo ir a entregar estas dos. Y la junta esta... Es que no está en la zona. A no ser... Claro, espera. ¿Cómo era? Tendría que haberle hecho una foto. Ahora le voy a hacer una foto. Espera, voy a hacer una foto. A la junta.
Did you see that? Tell me you saw that.
No me digas que hay otra quest.
Fancy a look at the list, do you? Anything catch your eye?
Ah, vale. Esta.
Always something in there.
Esa es la que tengo por el camino. A ver... Sur de Tabor. Es que eso me suena el nombre Tabor. Voy a hacer una foto para variar. Joder, tengo como una mariposita de estas en casa. Una polilla de estas. Había puesto una trampa antipolillas y creo que está llena. Está tan llena, que creo que ya no pican. Ya no pican la trampa.
Mindless though they are, an Akashic horde large enough to besiege the free cities is not to be trifled with. We must proceed with caution.
Acásicos podrían ser también lacasitos.
It seems the hideaway's lost its...
So, did you have that word with Tomes then?
Lacasito.
I did, and he was as helpful as ever. He told me exactly where to look, in fact.
Hierba sana. A ver, haz el platito, a ver.
And what precisely will I be cooking up? Or is it better not to know?
Blueback wyvern liver. And, a herb known as Saint's Bonnet.
Ah, wyvern livers, was it? Well, at least it weren't actual worms, I suppose. Now then, you stay right where you are. I've got some cooking to do. Let's hope these grand old chefs of yore knew what they were on about. And here we have it. Fried mortress of skyworm. Ivan's offered to make sure it's fit for consumption. Well, I say offered. He as good as begged.
And rightly so. Is there any higher honor than partaking in a slice of culinary history?
Se muere.
So, not fit for consumption then?
What witchery is this? The crackle of the crust gives way to an almost violent richness. Yet, it is the piquant kiss of the saint's bonnet that tames this savage dish.
It is a tour de force. A force of nature, even. A maelstrom of flavor and sensation. A graceful beast emerging from centuries of slumber.
I think he likes it.
Well, I can't quite tell with all that nonsense he's talking.
De la felicidad. Es
I
como,
reckon you might be right.
como los animes estos
It was
de cocina.
decent then, I take it.
Decent? It's remarkable. And I defy any man to say a word to the contrary. Sid, might I suggest that you command a party of your finest men and women to procure a dozen blueback wyverns forthwith?
I'll give it some thought.
Epopeya culinaria. Es como esos animes que, ¡guau! Me recuerda a la infancia, no sé qué. Y se pone a llorar y todo. Pues lo mismo. No es para el cestillo. Arroz al
Nothing
cestillo.
like a dish of cold vengeance to foul the gut.
I'm sorry, Nan. I didn't mean to make things worse. I just thought I had to protect you.
Caíste en una trampa.
Like you've protected me.
Aye, well, someone had to. Your parents certainly didn't give a whit for your well-being. Reckon the both of us would be worse off if I'd not taken you on. You've always been me right eye, Goots. And I'd have you stay that way. So don't you dare go looking for trouble again.
I will. If you ever need help, I'll do it again and again, and you can't stop me.
Why, you big lump. Fine. Play the hero if it makes you happy.
Thanks, Nan. I won't let you down.
There's nothing he wouldn't do for you.
That's as maybe. But if he's ever to make his own way in life, he'll need to start looking
Sí, la
out
verdad
for
que se parece un
himself
poco,
as well. Till then,
Le cuesta hablar.
he'll need people to watch his back, just like you did in Dalamil. Don't think I didn't appreciate that.
Of course. His family.
Stop it. You make me one good eye, mister. I don't go thinking that'll do you any favours. A potion today will cost you the same as it did yesterday.
Ah, vale.
Did you see the pair that got hauled into time?
Bueno, solo me queda una junta. Pero a ver una cosa. Eso quería mirar yo. De verdad, lo de la velocidad de Chocobo me escama mucho. Fua, me quedan un montón de trofeos aún, Me quedan muchísimos. Vale. La junta esta estaba en... A ver. Voy a sacar la foto. Sur de Tabor, de Almequia. Bueno, es donde tengo que ir más o menos, pero... Tabor creo que era un pueblo, no, una casita. Al sur de Tabor. Uy. ¿Ya se puede acceder a esta zona? Ah, no. Sí, no. Joder. Me trolean. Tabor. MX, no sé qué. Pues no, no veo Tabor por ningún sitio, bueno. Pues a seguir la historia. Creo que no puedo hacer la junta esta aún. Pero tampoco veo una zona accesible aún. Bueno, será por aquí. Vamos, va.
We can use the room.
Espera, se divide aquí. A la derecha.
Witness to cross the ravine.
Assuming they will allow it, the echoes have a will of their own.
Eso no es Tabor, ¿no? No. Y aquí no sale nada de Tabor tampoco, vale. Joder, ya cambiaré ya de pantalla todo el rato. Esto estaba abierto. Ah, pero es por abajo. Nada, soy tonto. Me pierdo yo solo. Para el suelo otra vez. Un cofrecito y un ítem. Ay. Fajín regio. A ver. Fajín regio. Oh. Me mejora. 2 puntos de vitalidad, pero 10 de defensa. Porque da tan poca vida, en verdad. O sea, no escala con el nivel. Es como un mini bonus y ya está. Ay, ay. Más bichillos. Aquí nada, ¿no? Nunca me fío. Es que dan vueltas. Un poco overkill, pero aquí estamos. Y nada. Uy, un ítem. Vale. Un bicho también. Pero se nota que voy con Fénix. Qué bien. Slow motion.
Tell us about Yote, Joshua.
She's strong-willed, loyal, and deadly with a blade. Much like Clive, but with better manners.
Hostia. Cálmate un poco, cálmate un poco. Madre mía. Vale, aquí viene la quest. Este lado. Ah, no, es un río.
I do. Where are you off to now, then? Bound for the Free Cities, perhaps? Oh, no need to say if you'd rather not. We all have our reasons. Ain't exactly feeling like sharing with strangers myself at the mo. Truth be told, I could do with a bit of inspiration. Don't know which way to turn no more. Was doing a roaring trade back in Oriflamme, right up until the poor Drake lost her noggin. So, thought I'd try me luck in the desert. And the Fang went the same way. And don't get me started on the mess in the bloomin' Dominion. Suppose I could try Camber next. But knowing my luck, the old place be crawling with the works before I'd even sat out me stall. But as I always say, where there's crisis, there's opportunity. The opportunity to mint skill, that is. So, where to next? Is there any money to be made in Ash? Do orcs even carry gil?
Madre mía, no le vuelvo a hablar. Vale, Print, empieza el stream ahora, ¿vale? Todo lo que he hecho hasta ahora, nada, lo voy a borrar. Empezamos ahora. He parado para cenar. No, he cenado una ensalada.
You're injured. What happened here? Where are your comrades?
The ether flood up ahead. It swallowed our camp while we slept. My own men did this. Turned every last one of them. There's a village not far from here. Tabor. The people were kind to us. It's only a matter of time before they won't stand a chance. We can't let those monsters reach the...
I'll go. You catch your breath.
Thank you. Our encampment is up ahead. Just off the track. They must not reach Tabor. Forgive me. Lord Kuka.
Rest well, soldier.
Si supiera que le he matado yo. Yo se le voy a comer cuando miro esto, que es cada 4 horas por lo menos. Pero bueno.
You said the encampment was close. Let's hope the Akashic is still there.
Pues al sur del campamento este está la Honda. Lo busco.
Another ether flood. They're everywhere now.
We can't go round it.
Then we'll just have to be careful.
Hay que ir a por ellos.
I got here in time.
cómo vuela. Ah, no, pero este no es el pueblo, eso es un campamento.
Someone there! Please, I can't move my leg!
That doesn't sound like an Akashic. You're with the battalion?
¿A quién mataste, malvado? A Titán.
I heard the fighting. Are the others?
Taken care of. One of your brothers in arms told me what happened and asked for help.
Another survivor? Where is he? Tell me.
His wounds were too deep.
He was right to send you. Those things you slew are no longer my brothers. Tabor is safe thanks to you. Here, you've earned it.
¿Qué me ha dado? 4 colmillos.